Hey there Bixby developers, Jonathan Pan here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to implement the ShareVia function in your Capsule. Here's a quick demo of what we'll be building.
Which of these videos would you like to share?
You can see that when you ask the Capsule to share, you can select a video and then it will share that video that you selected. And then you can choose one of the many options like email, Facebook, or whatever.
Here are some videos to help you. Bixby Studio Tutorial, Hello World 2020 Edition.
And I'll also show you how to implement ShareVia on tap as well. So when should you use ShareVia? When you want to make it easy for users to share something in your Capsule to other people. You can do this via voice and on tap. And some use cases include, that are currently live on the marketplace, are Meme Generator, where you can make a meme and then share it with your friends, and GIF Finder, where you can find a GIF and share that with your friends. ShareVia uses Android Deep Link and thus gives it a lot of flexibility, because then you can select which app you'd like to share it with. For example, texting, email, Facebook, and more. Another thing to note is that it currently doesn't work on the watch. This is mostly going to be copy and paste code, and the URL will be in the video description. First, go to github.com/BixbyDevelopers, and then click on Capsules Samples Collection. In here, you'll see a folder called the Library ShareVia Example. Click on that, and click on the Models folder, and then click on the ShareVia folder. We're going to be copying and pasting these shortly. Here are all the steps you need to take. Let's go ahead and do the first step, which is to import ShareVia into our Capsule. So the Capsule that I'll be using is the same Capsule that I demonstrated earlier, but you should be using this with your own Capsule.
Here are some videos to help you learn how to build for Bixby.
And you can see that this simple Capsule shows you some videos.
Bixby Studio Tutorial, Hello World 2020 Edition.
But it currently doesn't have the share function implemented.
Here are some videos to help you learn how to build for Bixby.
So let's go ahead and do that first step, which is to import ShareVia. To find the correct version to import into your Capsule, go to bixbydevelopers.com and then search for Library. Then click on this first link, Library Capsules, and scroll down, and in here you will see ShareVia. So this is the current version, just copy that. So now in your capsule.bxb file, make sure that you have your Capsule imports, and now import viv.sharevia as ShareVia, and version, paste in the version number from the documentation. The next step is to create these three models. Let's go ahead and do that. First, right-click Models and create New Model. And the first one is ShareVia, and that one is an action. Then create another model. This one will be the ShareVia URI, which will be a text. And then create a third model called ShareVia Result, which is also a text. Now I like to make a folder inside my models folder called ShareVia, and I like to move all three of these into this folder. So now we have to fill out the actual models themselves. Really easy way to do that is to go to the example capsule from earlier, and then click on this, and just copy this whole thing and paste that in. And let's go ahead and do the same for the ShareVia result. And then just copy and paste this here into your ShareVia result. And my bad, that wasn't a text, that was actually a structure, but it's fine. Copying and pasting it like that will fix that. And let's do the same thing for the ShareVia URI. There you go. Now we finished copying and pasting. We do need to change this code based on your Capsule. So this is going to be the concept that gets shared to the end user. In this capsule's case, it will be the video concept, or we can just, pass in the entire video object into our ShareVia model. And I've made it required and also gave it a default init, which will get a video if the user tries to share something without having a video. So this section here is what you'll have to change, the first input. The next step is to create the JavaScript file. Right-click code and create new action JavaScript. And let's name this ShareVia.js. Now let's go back to this sample capsule, and we'll click on the root directory of the sample capsule, go into code, and then ShareVia.js. Close that real quick. And let's just copy and paste this entire thing right there. You also have to change a little bit in this file as well. Start by matching the parameter that you defined in your action. So from earlier, our ShareVia action, we passed in video, and here we're grabbing that video. And then down here in line 24 or so, you'll see that this checks to make sure that video is valid. And now you can customize the text and the parameter that gets shared to the user. So in this case, I want to share the video's URL. If we look at our video model, we'll see that this is the URL to the video. And also some flavored text that says shared via Bixby. So this will say shared via Bixby, :space, and then the video URL. The next step is to link it real quick in the endpoints. So in your endpoints, just add a new one called ShareVia. And the local endpoint will be the JS file that we just made. And the accepted inputs will be video, intent info, select app result, and viv context. And you can also copy paste this little segment from the example capsule as well. And the next step is to create the ShareVia result view. Back in our example capsule, go to the root directory, and then resources, then base, view, and then the ShareVia result view. And we'll just copy and paste this. In our project, let's just right-click New View, ShareVia result, and just paste this in. And finally, the last step is to actually add some ways that the user can share the content. So we can do that through training or on clicks. Let's start by adding some training. Just go to your training and click Add. Let's just do share, and then we can have ShareVia just like that and click Save. And you can add various variations of this, like share with my friends, but for now we're just going to do share. And let's test that out. You see that this input view, which I had in this capsule, is showing up. That's this input view right here, which will allow you to select one of the videos. And when you click on it, you'll see that it says, I ran into a problem. And this is because the simulator doesn't have the ability to dispatch a deep link to an Android device. So unfortunately, you can only kind of confirm this by seeing a URI very similar to this. Let's go ahead and also add an on-click as well. In the result view for this capsule, which is this screen right here, I'm going to add a cell card, which we can use an on-click for to do the ShareVia. So I'm going to add a slot 1 with an icon. The shape will be a square. Add a slot 2, which we'll just say share this video. And finally, I'm going to add the onClick with an intent, goal, ShareVia, and the capitalization needs to match the model name, which we created. And we can add this on context, continuation, and this will pass the current context into ShareVia, which is the video concept that we have. And let's go ahead and check out that result view real quick. There it is, there's our button. And clicking on it will have the same message. So just to kind of wrap things up, let's also add a conversation driver that says share. And conversation drivers, it's pretty much the same thing as if the user uses voice to say share at this point in time. So we can see the conversation drivers down there. And just a quick note, you typically don't want a conversation driver and a button on the screen that do the exact same thing because they're pretty redundant. And unfortunately, when it does come to testing, the only way to fully test it is with on-device testing. I also wanted to point out a couple similar library capsules, the phone call and text message capsules. The phone call capsule allows you to make a phone call, useful for business search capsules like Yelp and Yellow Pages. While the text message library capsule, this one's actually much more niche than the name would imply. This is useful for customer support purposes, where you have a static phone number. It's not as useful for sharing, let's say, a meme with someone through text message because the ShareVia capsule the ShareVia Library capsule actually handles that already. The text message capsule also won't prompt for a phone number either, so that's why it's useful if you have a static phone number. A couple use cases for the text message library capsule include signing someone up for a newsletter of sort via text message, or let's say texting a business your info after clicking on a card or something. I created 3 sample capsules for the ShareVia phone call and text message, and those are all in the same capsule samples collection GitHub repository as the ShareVia one that we were copying and pasting from throughout this video. All right, and that's it. Hopefully you've learned how to implement the ShareVia function into your capsule. If you have any questions, feel free to let us know on Stack Overflow or even leave a comment to this video down below. My name is Jonathan Pan, and yeah, that's it.